everybody, I'm EPH and welcome to my veteran playthrough of The Wandering Village. Taking a quick look here, we are in the mountains and it goes immediately into the desert. That's brutal. We're gonna know for food immediately we're gonna have to work on berries. We're gonna get that going first. Let's do a berry gather up in this range. That's 50 some, and back here, that's 50 some. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get a berry gather there. Let's do a berry gather. I saw 58, and that's kind of the route I want to go. Let's do one there. So that's going to divide our population amongst the front and the back. They can get started because that's going to take a moment. And while they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and mark up some trees to get harvested. So we're going to gather, let's gather the trees around this so that this area can expand. And then for stones, let's gather this pocket down here. Let's try that again with stones instead of trees. And then we're going to do the same with the trees up here, where we just gathered these. Now, let's gather those as well. They looked at me wrong. And with that, we're going to need some food storage, but I do want them to finish that first. So let's kick this up to 4 times speed. All right, now that we got the berry production, I did slide that down by 1, by the way, guys. Now that we've got our food production up and going, I do want a pantry. We're probably going to place one by each. Let's get this one right here, and then for this one we'll go right about let's go right about there. And then after that, we want to get some research going in order to get all of the stuff and things that we need. Let's get a researcher right there. Let's get a worker's post right there. We're probably going to build 2 workers posts, but for right now I just want to start with that one. After that's done, we're going to get started on tents. So we're going to be placing the houses in the distance where we could get to the cottage. All right, for technology, let's go kitchen doctor. Then we're going to go hornblower doctor, ombu kitchen, trebuchet. Then we're going to go to decontaminator, dung collector, bile extractor, and then we're going to go warehouse into huts. And then we'll finish with pet ombu. And for resources, I think we're pretty good for that for a long time. So I don't think we're going to need to worry about that. Let's do a road across here, which is why I moved this down by 1. I had to look at the roads. I was like, oh man, I need that road to be perfectly straight. And we'll look at a road kind of. Let's zoom out a little. I want the road to be right about here from top to bottom. The next thing that we're going to need is we're going to need some herbs. So somewhere in the green, we'll probably go right around here. We're going to get the herb going, and then we're going to have to get the doctor like pretty much as soon as it gets unlocked. I'm not going to be worrying about making better food until we're pretty secure with some things. So getting things like the doctor, the herbalist, things like that up and going are kind of a higher priority. And then luxury will be an afterthought. All right, now that the herbalist is up and going, I really like waiting for the warehouse in order to get into material storage. We're not going to be at the warehouse anytime soon. I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of material storage and throw them right here, just so we have a home for the herbs that we're growing. That way we have at least the 40 in stock that it would take to not only do a cure of ombu, but a heal of ombu if we need to. All right, so as we finish the kitchen and the research, that is, it reminds me that we need planks and slabs. So we're going to go ahead and get the carpenter. We'll go right here, and then we're going to get the slab cutter right there. Let's go ahead and throw some roads kind of in this area to make sure it's nice and speedy. This will get us ready for whatever we research next, and that would be the village doctor. I really like doing the scavenger second, but just in case, I'm thinking that we're going to beeline a different route than what I normally do, as getting extra people could be beneficial, but it could be harmful. And it looks like we do have some nomads along the way, and if we had the scavenger, man, we could go for that settlement. That's a shame. We're going to need to build some more houses. Let's do 3 more. That should be plenty good. All right, and there we get the notification that we encountered the nomads. Let's go ahead and pick them up. And we got 3 healthy people. We could not ask for more. So we do want to prioritize at least 2 of the tents in order to get them some homes. Now with this, we should have enough food, as we've got 100 in stock. But what we are going to run into soon, and I do mean soon, is we're going to run into issues with water. And I don't think there's a whole lot that we can do about it, seeing as that we're in the desert. We should start getting some tanks down. We'll get 3 tanks and we're going to get 2 of the wells. We're going to go something like that. Let's build a road kind of connecting these up. And then what I'll have to do is figure out what I'm going to do to kind of connect this. Maybe we throw a road like that to kind of bring the area together. And I think I can expand one more row if I needed to. So that works out good. We'll bring the road on this side as well. All right. So I zoomed out to the mini map and it looks like we're going from the desert into possibly the deep desert. And we have our first short heat wave. So Ambu is going to take some damage there, so I'm a little bit concerned. As of right now, we haven't unlocked the Ambu Doctor. We have unlocked the Village Doctor, and as a precaution, I'm going to go ahead and throw it down to get it on the queue to get built. We did get the Carpenter up and going. We're still working on the other things. I'm probably going to have to prioritize harvesting up of the trees because they're building the roads. I don't have enough workers posts to tell them to kind of be just harvesters, but maybe what I'll do is leave one person as a builder and then put the other as harvesters to kind of focus, and then we'll let the unemployed 3. One is going to go into the stonecutter, and then we're going to put one in the doctor. We're going to leave those to kind of be the builders in the meantime. All right, so we just got a notification that we've got some nomads. Let's go ahead and pick them up. Hopefully we got some healthy people, and that brought us into a new population level. So we're going to have to get the kitchen going fairly soon now. Let's go ahead and grab that out. And what we'll do is we'll throw it kind of right here and we'll start making up some berry marcella. We're pretty much out of water, so as soon as this next harvest is done, we are going to be in trouble unless we can get to the scavenger and start getting these oasis. Ooh, look at that. Another group of nomads down to the north there, down to the south, sorry. And then we've got another short heat wave up there. This is one of the biggest deserts I have seen, so this could be just the thing that goes with it. We've got 4 unemployed people. 3 are going to go into the kitchen, so that's perfectly fine. We're going to lose 2 to the village doctor. No, we're going to lose 1 to the village doctor, so that works out. So we're even on people there. And then when we get to the Ambu doctor, we're going to run into some issues. So I think that's next on the list. Yeah, Ambu doctor is next. And speaking of that, it just rolled over, so we'll plan on Mr. Ambu's, well, I guess I would think Mr. I don't know. You know, Ambu could be any gender, I guess. Let's throw that right there for the time being, as it's nice and close to our herbalist, so that will work out good. And I do want the kitchen to be a little bit higher priority than the Ambu doctor and the regular doctor, so that will be the priority there. We are in a fresh air area and we are heading towards that short heat wave, but we're also heading to some nomads up here, so that's good. Thankfully, I think, you know, it's usually these heat waves that hurt Ambu, so I'm not sure why he didn't get hurt, but I am noticing his food is getting high, and if we look at the map, I'm not seeing any feed locations. That's scary. Let's do the micrologist. Let's place it over here. I think this is a plenty big enough area, and if we can't get out of the desert, we're not even going to be able to plant that, so that's going to be, wow, that's going to be ugly. Let's lock it for now, but that will be the area once we kind of get out of the desert and we start getting water again. Once we get out of the desert, I think we're going to have to push the water production just in case we hit a huge patch like that again, because 300 water is not going to go a long way, seeing as how all we're planting right now is just herbs, and that 100 that we started with, we're down to 3, and it's not going to last too much longer here. All right, we just ran across another group of nomads, so we're going to go ahead and pick them up. They're healthy, and we got 3, so that's good. We've got a tornado in our future, and look at this. This is such a small patch of green. I know one of these areas is kind of a tropical zone, and one of them's kind of considered just like a forest zone. And then I know this is the deep desert, and then I know that there's like a different desert that's just considered desert, and I know this one's mountain. If you guys know all of the different biomes, let me know down in the comments down below. This is kind of an interesting thing. Let's go ahead and grab another couple of tents here. I was really hoping that by this point in the game we'd be on to huts, and thankfully we have enough people to kind of maintain things, as we've got 10 unemployed. I did pause this because we were in an area where the heat was so high we were getting some decomposition, but let's go ahead and hire them back up. And then everybody else should be out getting things, and our kitchen's up and going. Let's go ahead and pump this up so we get more berry Marcella. Try to get that food quality back under control because we're losing a considerable amount of productivity there. I want this to be focus fired now. And food, man, this is ugly. If we don't turn this way, this could be kind of game over soon here. And I don't have a way to communicate with him yet, and I don't have a way to get him to trust us. Let's, as a precaution, we'll throw the horn blower right here, just as a, trying to get him to, maybe trust us. And then what we'll do is that requires slab. Let's pause. No, we shouldn't have to pause the village doctor. What we'll do is we'll throw some extra people in the stone cutter, because hey, when has throwing extra people at the problem ever gone wrong? We've got plenty of herbs, so it's just getting herbs to him. And thankfully, we're heading into the mountain if we don't go into the green. So either way, we're good. To be honest, with the exception of the shrine over here and having kind of a bigger time to get it, I would almost rather go into the mountain than into the green, seeing that we have the spore cloud there and we have the poison forest there. So we're going to give this like just a moment to see which way he decides to go. And he is going to the mountain. So as long as we can get that food before the mountain, we're good. Let's do a plant zone. We'll go something, we'll do 12 there and we'll do another 6 there. That should be plenty good. Let's get the trebuchet kind of built up there, and then we'll get the kitchen going. Let's do the kitchen up here. I was going to do a scavenger hut up there, but I can do it kind of tucked up there in the future. That takes slabs and stone. The horn blower, let's go ahead and disable that. And then the doctor, I'm good with the doctor not building so that we can try to focus on the other ones now. So yeah, we're going to try to get the trebuchet up and going and the kitchen up and going. Try to get some food because 69% is not preferable. And we do have some poison nomads in our future. This is going to be a rush. So we rushed it. We got the trebuchet and the kitchen up and going. Now we just got to get enough mushrooms. I think what I'm going to go through and do is if there is any random mushrooms throughout the map, I'm going to go ahead and grab them real quick because I threw pretty much everybody I could at the micrologist in order to get this going. And I don't think I can get another one built in time to get more food. Just going to go through, harvest up all the mushrooms that we can find, and then we're going to try. We're 78% here. All right, that's my boy. He's bringing a big tasty mushroom ball over, and we are locked and loaded and waiting for oh boy Ambu to wake up. And with that, we're at 80% hunger. Oh my. So as soon as Ambu wakes up, we're going to go ahead and feed him. Thankfully, we got that up and going in time. We did build the village doctor, which thankfully we're sitting in a pile of toxins. So we already had some poison people. And so thankfully the doctor is kind of getting with that. So as soon as he wakes up, we're going to go ahead, throw that big tasty ball, get along our way, and hopefully we'll have more going soon here. And probably what we're going to do is go ahead and move him down to 1, and then we can start placing people back in other jobs because yeah, we're gonna need it. Let's go ahead and buff up another person into the workers post. So I want to keep that kind of going. And then when we get the next load of survivors, I think we're gonna push the herbalist to the max here. All right, looks like Ambu's starting to wake up. So let's go ahead and head out as soon as we can. Let's go ahead and throw out that tasty ball. And it looks like they've got another one prepped. And since we're at 83% for hunger, I think we're going to go ahead and throw both of those. His stomach was growling. And oh man, look at that. We missed a group of nomads behind us. So that's a bummer, but we're going to get that one in front of us. If he was asleep for like a minute longer, we would have got that second group. So let's give it like one more second and away we go. And we got our nomads. Let's take a look and see what these guys bring us. So we've got 2 healthy workers and we've got 3 poisoned ones. That's pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and reactivate the Ambu doctor so that we can heal up that 8% and kind of get the trust going. And thankfully we do have the doctor, but that's gonna give us 3 unemployed people. So I think we're ready to start building the next part here. Let's not do the dung collectors yet, as we're not going to go that route. Let's do decontaminators. Let's do 1 up in the front, 1 back by the tail, probably somewhere over there. Then we're going to do 1 to the far I guess south of his body, and then one to the far north of his body. We'll squeeze it in right there. That will give us the scavenger up here. Slight air toxicity. Oh my god, we're in a pool of toxins. We are still 30% from getting the bile extractor. Full on harvest here. We've got to prioritize getting those. Thankfully, he's walking, but we've got to get all these harvested like now. Otherwise, the infection will spread. No. Thankfully, it looks like we caught the tail end of it as we're already out of the cloud, but now it's just dealing with the poison. Let's fire everybody from every job with the exception of the village doctor we're going to keep. Let's disable that. The berry getter will keep. That should give us hopefully enough people because we've got to get these down like now. All right, so we just encountered some nomads. I'm thinking this is the last spot of the poison. Let's go ahead and pick them up. That brings us 2 more healthy people. So as soon as we get this, I'm going to do a quick sweep over the map real quick. As soon as we get that, I think we're going to put a huge focus on getting the bile extraction up and going. So we're at 80% right now, and that will kind of signify the starting of the decontaminators. I did pause some of them as they wanted to prioritize getting the decontaminators up and going and not removing this stuff. This guy's just standing. I bet you he just got poisoned. Taking a look, we have 1 poisoned person, and I bet you, yeah, he's my poisoned person. So that's fine. We've got our healer is coming over. I don't know what just went on there, but he is now working. So yeah. So that was our oh my god. No. Whoa. Crazy. Okay, right from one to the other, let's start harvesting pretty much everything up that's poisoned. I don't think we're going to be able to get through this one as quick as the other one. No. That's all good. All right, so we survived our first 2 major calamities here. Ambu just had an eating spot. It looks like this area is very toxic. The bile extractor just finished, so let's go ahead and get that pretty much built right away. We did get 1 decontaminator down. I'm going to mark it as a full hire as soon as it kind of gets building here. Let's go ahead and rehire up some people now that we're kind of in the clear. We've got a total of 9 people. Let's throw 3 in the herbalist. The doctor's up and going. Let's throw Ambu an antidote. And then once we have that, I was going to say we would throw him a pet, but I don't think we're ready for that. I think we're working on the scavenger hut, then the warehouse. So we're still a little bit away from that. Let's throw him a tasty ball to try to get a little bit of that head swagger. So if you guys don't know, when he's swaying his head, it means he's happy. So right now he's not very happy with us. All right, so we just finished the research on the scavenger hut. Let's throw that up here. And I was thinking that we'd go a little bit further up. Maybe we will throw it right next to the Ambu kitchen. That's a good spot. We've got a lot of construction kind of queued up as we've got the bile extractor, which looks like it's about to start building. Thank you. And then we've got a couple of decontaminators still in the process with 1 built. So I think this is a good spot to go ahead and call this episode. Thank you guys for joining. This is probably going to be a mini series. My guess would be probably about 3 to 4 episodes over the next couple days as we get ready for the full release. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one.